What's the difference between decriminalization and legalization? I think people get hung up on that. I know I was hung up on it a little bit. So maybe you can explain. You're not lobbying for the legalization of sex work in South Africa. You want decriminalization. What does that mean?
I think for me, South Africa needs decriminalization because you'll be able to work safely. Like the model that New Zealand is using. Pay taxes, be able to work safely, be able to be working better with the police. You know, they become more of a friendly approach instead of a very hostile and very abusive relationship. You know, the condom policy, the safety, the basic safety conditions, and being in one place that is safe to work from. But I find legalization, even currently in Amsterdam, is actually a problem, and across the world, is that the rules and the regulations and the governing, that we don't have a red light district in our towns that were designed. So trying to implement that this is the place that will be designated, you have to work like this, like that, you know, is already, if you're out of that jurisdiction, you don't fit and you'll be arrested anyway. So why not just remove all the legal jurisdiction and work on a decriminalization mode where it does not like work in a centralized space? Because it will still keep sex work underground, whichever way. I think South Africa is a very different landscape to work from, and we should also try and see things with different eyes and not copy what the rest of the world is doing, but be able to say, no, decriminalization, this is how it will work for us. Let's not legalize things.
Because we're a diverse community, okay? And for us is the best to work for us. Because legalization means is restrictions and rules. The one you get, like Amsterdam have, is designated areas, okay? So that being in our landscape, they say we're going to go work in Atlantis. But the population of sex workers is mostly, let's say, CBD. So then you have to go from CBD to Atlantis. That's traveling there. Then when you finish, you come back. What's going to happen now? No, they're going to know, okay, you come from there, you got money, you're going to get robbed, it's far away. Another one is now they're going to say, okay, you can work, but you must have a card saying you're a sex worker. So if you don't have the card on you, then you're going to be arrested. A license, that's what it goes. But now you must remember us. We come from a dompas. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah.
Okay? So if you're going to tell us that, it's going to take us back to the part. So you see, that's why we say to you, whichever way, legalization will never work for us, because the boundaries that it's going to be, or the rules, it's going to take us back 20 years again in our minds to what it was before.
And you want to move forward.
We want to move forward, yes. That's why we go for decrim.
Now, as lobbyists, what kind of reaction have you gotten from government?
You get, government is very interesting. On one-on-ones, they're very good. Yeah. They buy in, they listen, they're patient, you know, what councillors.
Councillors.
Yes, and you know, parliamentarians. You're very on one-on-one. You can have a fantastic agreement with someone, or whoever you lobby on one-on-one on sex work is good. Put them in a room. In a group.
We've seen what can happen when they're in a room.
In a room is difficult because...
And say, put your name to that.
Put your name on paper and sign on to this. No. We support decrim. It's one of those very difficult, like, it sounds like a name and shame. Like, I support you, but I cannot support you in public.
I cannot come out publicly say.
Yes, so it's not like, no.
Because of my jurisdiction, my ward, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, there's always something about that he has account to for, so he cannot be open about how he feels about it. So
I think, especially politicians tend to think more of their constituents, like, what do people think about me? No, it's like, what do you think about the 10,000 lives, 100,000 lives out there, and what mark are you going to make in history? For sex workers, if you were to endorse this or agree to this, you know, that is the biggest thing. People are dying, mothers are being lost, brothers are being lost. So I think we should really get out of this frame of saying, what will people think about me? We are the same people that vote you in. And it is our right to also ask that we get something out of it. So I don't think politicians should play that innocent card. You know what's happening in the constituents. You see what's happening. You're driving at night. You're driving during the day. You know what's happening. So just come out in the light and look us in the eye and say that I support you. You would have gone a mile because you are supporting human beings who will vote for you anyway.
Exactly. Now, what is Sisonke doing this year to lobby government?
Lobby government, we are going a step higher to Parliament this year. We're going to concentrate on Parliament.
Okay.
because I did the ward councils last year. I did the community social services, DOH in them. So we're going to do Parliament this year. Concentrate on them because we need to move. Because I think we set us a goal for 2016.
Yes, you do need a goal, and you two
2016, we said.
are on the front lines. When do you think that decriminalization will be made possible in South Africa?
I think when people just come to understand that, you know, we're all human beings and we need to move forward as a democracy and as a people. This is not just a decrim for South Africa, it's an African decrim, it's an international decrim. So let's not make it I will not move forward, because I think we deserve to move forward. And the lives that have been lost and the lives that are still yet to come need this law to be passed forward.
It's for the future.
It's for the future.
That's
I think this freedom I'm enjoying in South Africa is not because I was not here 20 years ago. You know, whatever happened 20 years ago. But I'm here and I'm still here. I can, with that freedom to be here, freedom of speech, to be able to express myself. This is what someone should come and sit here one day and say, I'm here because of decriminalization that happened. Yes, in this time. Yes.
Now, if anyone would like to get a hold of Sisonke and get involved in any of the initiatives you're doing this year, next year, or
now,
20 years down
now.
or now, how can they do that?
Okay, you can follow us on Facebook. It's Sisonke. And then you can follow us also Sweat. You can go to our Sweat website. It's www.sweat.org.za. And
Helpline.
The helpline is the 0800 number, 0800 60 60 60. And you can follow us on Twitter, Sisonke SA, and you can also follow us on Twitter as Sweat.